everybody, it's me, Bethlehem, and my emotional support am Mr. Smithfield, and we're here to review for you Camp Wannakiki Season 2, Episode 4. And this is where they get the water sports badge. I personally like water sports, but Mr. Smithfield is terrified of water. Well, this week on Camp Wannakiki, it got really scary. The Sugar Baker twins, they came out in like this black vinyl, and they had bird cages on their head, and their eyes are all white. And then they yelled at Vivica and a steak, and they made him get up on a plane, and they're gonna make the steak jump out of the plane and be like, pew! But the steak's like, no, I'm not going to smash on the ground because steaks aren't meant to fly. What? Oh, apparently I watched the wrong show. I'll be right back. I apologize. Okay, everybody, I apologize about that. After talking to my producers, which is also my ham, he told me that we watched Dracula. So, I'm sorry if all of you were confused expecting a steak this episode, but there's no steaks. Well, this episode came on Geeky. They had to get in boats, and they had to, like, paddle up the river, and they had to get to the sugar makers, and surprise, Tora and Diana won the mini challenge, and they didn't really win anything, but that's not really the point. The main point is that everybody tried. Oh, but the best part of the whole thing was when Barbara fell in the water. I liked it a lot. It made me laugh. So this week for the talent show, they had T-Rex from Chicago come down, and all of the contestants, they had to do a water-inspired look. The first contestant to come out was Claire, apparently, and she was this big freaking lily pad, and then she came out and she was like clacking her legs together when she lifted up her lily pad, and you could see her pink teeth. It looked like, to me, but I'm not really an expert. I don't know whether to be intrigued or scared. Apparently, water is scary after all. And then Tora Hyman came out, and she was just in this amazing hefty sack, and it had like chains around it, and her feet were in cinder blocks, and you could tell like she was just sunk to the bottom of the river by my family, allegedly. Moving on. And then Vivica, she came out and she was like in this coral reef, and she had like anemones or something, and the fishes, and she had these like sponge things that look like other things in the water, and she was blue, and she did this with her arms, and she looked like a freaking coral reef to me. And then Barbara Wire came out, and she was, like, looking like a loofah. And she had, like, bubbles on her, and I liked it. She had her makeup smeared on the one side. It reminds me of when I fall asleep with my ham, and I just put lotion on him, and it just smears up the one side. That's what she looked like, so I thought it was cute and realistic. Didn't you, Mr. Smithfield? I mean, the ham's speechless. What else are you going to say? And then Boris came out as like this sensual, sexy fish. And he had his head stuck in the toilet seat, which I can relate to and appreciate. And then he went in circles, and I think that was supposed to be him, like, going down a drain. And then he had, like, X's over his eyes, like, and he was a dead fish. And then he laid on the side, and he looked all sensual at the camera, and he's like, eat this. And, I mean, he sold me. And then Diana Fire came out, and she was, like, in this blue ensemble. And she lost her skirt again, which seems to be a reoccurrence. But she just threw that off, and she said, no, I'm doing it on my terms tonight. And then she got down on the floor, and she just scrubbed her cooter across the floor like this, and she shined that floor all by herself, and the sugar bakers were impressed with her wood buffing skills. And I have to admit, I kind of was too. Coco Gem Holiday, and she came out and she was in this amazing blue gown that looked like water, but it was shaped like a fish, like an actual fish, but it had like these dangly strings on it that I like. And then she had like this thing up in her head, and it had starfish and crabs, and it was all blue, and she sang some song from a Disney movie that I can't talk about without giving them copyright royalty money. But she made it her own. It was pretty freaking nice. And I'm gonna steal the look, just don't tell. And then Kenny later, she came out and she looked like the Horton Salt girl. And I can't afford the expensive salt, so I have to get the blue kind from Aldi's. And Kenny later, she also looked like the little boy from It that got pulled down into the drain by the not-so-nice clown. And she also took off her jacket, and she had rubber duckies, and I like ducks. At the end of the competition, Diana and Coco were the top two, but Diana was only a top when she was just getting the wood on the floor, because Coco Jam Holiday was the winner of this week's challenge and talent show, and she was freaking amazing. She looked just like my freaking eyeshadow. Congratulations, Coco. It was amazing. And then the bottom two this week were Vivica and Barbara Wire. And unfortunately, they sent the other loofah home. It was Barbara Wire. And I was kind of upset about it, because I kind of love Barbara Wire. She's so funny, and she hasn't even been doing drag that long, and she's amazing. And I stalk her on Facebook and Instagram, and sometimes when she's eating dinner with her family, I just sit outside the window and watch her, and she's so funny. And you need to appreciate how amazing she is, just like we do. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to this week for Camp Wannakiki Season 2 Episode 4 review with me, Bethlehem, and Mr. Smithfield. Oh, and don't forget, if you want to see me on Season 3 of Camp Wannakiki, I have a petition on my page to get me there. So if you just go to that and you sign it, ignore the last page where it asks you to donate money, because that's not for me. You just need to sign it, and then they'll send me off to camp, hopefully, is the plan. I love you, everybody. Say bye, Mr. Smithfield. Bye. They can't hear.